What's up, Nicole?
I asked you how you're doing.
I'm doing well.
There we go. Good to know.
Had to get my headphones set up real quickly there.
Yeah.
And I was kind of rushing around a little bit.
We were just talking to Bach and Nathan, getting
Yeah.
a little rundown from their show. And I just ate a Starburst, so my mouth is working on that.
We had the Starburst discussion before we went on.
We did. I was thinking that we should just float everything. And I mean, I had an outline ready to go for the next 2 hours in studio, but I think we should just debate Star Wars.
Star Wars. I am no help there. Are you a Star Wars fan?
I have seen episode 4. I just started.
Of like Boba Fett or whatever it's called?
No. A New Hope.
Carter, do you know any of that?
Episode 4 is like
Star Wars?
Yeah.
It's like the original.
Really?
Yeah.
I do not know Star Wars. My buddies just asked if I wanted to go. I know this is a little bit different. My buddies just asked if I wanted to go to the opening night of Batman. March something.
I will be going. I will not be going to opening night. I am not a Rob Pattinson vampire.
Is that the Batman?
Yeah, he's a vampire to me.
Okay.
He's not Batman.
Was he in Twilight or something?
Oh my gosh, we need to move on.
No, this is one of my weaknesses. Is
Carter,
I do not know.
Are you aware of what's happening?
No.
Yeah, I do not know. I do not know actors or what movies they were in. The only one that I really know is Heath Ledger in the Joker, because that's my favorite character.
Heath Ledger died on my birthday.
Oh, what a tragedy.
8th grade birthday. How depressing is that?
What a tragedy. Yeah, no, I just watched that movie over the weekend and realized how much I love it again. But yeah, I guess I don't know a lot. Have you seen the new Spider-Man? I knew you were talking about going to it.
Yep.
Fantastic movie. That was my first Spider-Man I've ever seen.
Okay, so they're different.
That's what I've heard.
We're talking Batman DC.
Yes.
Spider-Man's Marvel.
I understand.
So
that.
you can just bring up Superman
Marvel's
movie.
better.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Is I don't know how any of it works, or anything, or any details with Marvel or DC or whatever it's called. So I blend the two, and we'll
work on it.
Good.
In the pandemic, when the pandemic first started, I guess we're going on like 2 years, I guess, of it, or just keeps going. When Tiger King came out and stuff, one of my projects, I guess, was I just watched all the Marvel movies from start to end. The ones that I had not already seen. But anyways, we're kind of getting off topic.
That's actually pretty impressive, because that's a lot of time that you have to dedicate to that.
Yeah.
I will say, after I watched No Way Home, I think we're past the point of spoilers. After I watched No Way Home and all the Spider-Man came out, that was hype. And then the new Doctor Strange movie at the end made me excited. And now we're at the point, my roommates were talking about it last night. They're like starting to send out like casts and everything for it. And a potential cast member is Tom Cruise in the Doctor Strange movie. So I'm actually pretty juiced up about it, but I don't know anything that happened before No Way Home.
Well,
so
wait, No Way Home is the only Marvel movie?
That's the only Marvel movie I've ever seen, and I'm perfectly okay with it.
Wow.
I'm sure there's people on the text line that will have a problem with it, but it's fine. I'll be in the theaters opening night of Batman.
Are you done?
I am. What are we talking about today?
Well, I was going to get there, but your Marvel...
That's right. No questions. I can't ask a question.
No, you just kept going. I just wanted to make sure you got everything off your chest that you wanted to about the fact that you haven't seen any of the movies.
I have. Thank you.
You've seen one. Okay.
I've seen one. No Way Home. Great movie. Should we continue?
So this is Nick and Nicole. Maybe we should change the title.
It's Nicole and Nick.
That doesn't roll.
Yes, but I want to make it very clear that this is not. I'm here just to hang out with you and talk sports with you.
And with Carter and
Absolutely.
Alexis and Bach, who is still hanging out.
Yeah, Bach. What are those Rugrats?
No, it's King of the Hill. What is
VHS.
It? King of the Hill VHSs.
So, I think what happened is when Schaefer left, like a week before he moved.
There's a ton of movies under there.
A week before he moved, he brought in all of his movies that he did not want, and me and Rico just took whichever movies we wanted.
Do you have a VHS player?
No, I used to though.
So then why did you take it?
I didn't take VHS. He had DVDs as well.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So great opening segment. I have a disclaimer. I have an ear infection. So I'm not contagious, but no one freak out. My ear just hurts. So
I had no idea about this until just now.
Yes, you did.
Okay, about 3 minutes before we went on air, I found
Am
out.
I like not supposed to tell people I have an ear infection?
No, I don't think it.
You might.
I don't know. Everybody just kind of like freaks out when they hear sickness nowadays.
You might infect the headphones, so be careful.
Yeah, we'll disinfect the headphones,
That's
but we'll be chill.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to be on record that I'm not 100% myself because my ear hurts. So
that's fine.
It's February 7th, and there's a lot of exciting things we can talk about, like the men's basketball program.
Yeah, I agree. Exciting.
Super
riveting, as they say.
Super exciting. Okay, so here's the lineup for today. Don't forget Ticket Weeknights 6 with Nicole Griffith, 6 to 8 o'clock. In studio, you can watch, stream, listen all on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, in your car, on the app, on the Ticket 93.7 Ticket app. I think we should start saying randomly, like, Alexa, play the Ticket.
I'm in on that.
Just like
in the middle of a segment.
If people are like, if they're listening and then their Alexa starts playing, or if they're not listening.
Yeah, we can be.
No, they wouldn't. There's no way they'd be able to listen.
Yeah, we could be in the middle of a interview like tonight with the guest that you're about to tell, and we could just blurt out, Alexa, turn on 93.7 The Ticket.
Yeah, anytime you want to do that, you can do that. So, good show coming up tonight. We don't have a guest until the second hour. We will talk some Nebraska men's basketball because I have some thoughts. And I don't think we'll be super critical because I feel like a lot of people have just been piling on this basketball team. But I'm not saying like that's amazing and it's really inspiring what they're doing, but I think it's gotten to the point where it just is what it is. And it's not really worth like what's happening next. Like I feel in the first, like when you lose 3, you lose 4, you lose 5, it's like, when is this going to stop? And now it's just, this is where we're at.
Well, I think something that's interesting is even if they win 2 conference games, like Bach and I were kind of talking about earlier, is what does that really do for you?
I think it's like a moral victory, but that's all it will be.
That's the thing is like throughout football. I mean, I hate to group these two together, but throughout like football and basketball, I don't like how many moral victories can you take? And how many times do you want to chalk up moral victories?
So would you rather have them lose out?
No, definitely not.
But
I'm saying like realistically,
I mean, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
For
how
you.
exciting are 2 wins against teams when?
I mean, it's pretty exciting now when you're on a 10-game losing streak.
It would be, I suppose.
Or no, yes, a 10-game lose streak. They're 0-12 in conference play, right?
Yeah,
or is it
I think they're 12 on a 12-game losing streak. I just know their last win was against Kennesaw State.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, and like think about how, I mean, the expectations going into the season were.
I was right. 10-game losing streak. They're 0-12 in conference.
They played conference games before they. That's right, but I don't know. It's so tough to talk about because this was the season of so much excitement and promise. And I'm not saying that was unwarranted because I think it was, because on paper, this team was the best that they've had here. And there was a lot of reasons to be excited. And for some reason, it's just not working out. There's some disconnect there. And
it's not going to turn around. So we are we're going to talk about it next segment, and we're going to keep talking about it because this is the season that we're in right now. And it is February, early February. So we still have to get through this month and into March, but I don't think it will be long-lived. Women's basketball team.
Fun to talk about.
Might be long-lived in March. Then we have coming up in the second hour, we have our first guest. Well, I guess our only guest today, Malachi Coleman, is coming in. He is Lincoln East junior. He plays football and basketball, and he is just an amazing. I said kid. I mean, he's a high schooler. Yeah. An amazing person. He started out. I don't want to give away too much of his story, but if you've been following along on Twitter or at 1011, I've done a couple stories on him, and he started out at wanting to be He says that he wanted to be the first Nebraska high schooler with an NIL deal. And then the spin on that is just that he wanted to give back to foster care systems, a system that he's familiar with, and he wasn't planning on keeping any of the money. So not just trying to benefit and benefit off his, off of who he is, but he wants to give the money back. So we'll have him in studio at 7. I'm hoping that it will, maybe we'll have him for 1 or 2 quick segments. And then the amazing football event that was the Pro Bowl and the NFL and the Super Bowl coming up. We will talk about that. I have an announcement or just a fact.
Oh,
I will not be able to watch the Super Bowl.
Why?
Unless my airplane has TVs or Wi-Fi,
Where
I will be in the sky.
Where are we going?
I will be coming back from, I didn't even really realize this until, because it's the Super Bowl's on the 13th.
Yes.
I will be flying back that night from Palm Springs.
Wow. What's in Palm Springs?
I'm going to Palm Springs this weekend for my friend's bachelorette party.
Fantastic.
And then so I'll be back. Usually when I'm gone on trips on the weekends, it's like through Monday, Tuesday, so I won't have a show, but I will be fresh off Palm Springs next Monday when we have a show.
Next Monday is a big show, Nicole, because do you know what's going to be going on during your show? That starts at 6 p.m. If
the
not, that's
women's
okay.
basketball show. The women's basketball game.
Against currently
Indiana.
number 5 Purdue or Indiana, yes.
So is it at 6?
It's at 6 p.m. So we'll be watching it from the studio while we're doing a show.
And we won't talk about the Super Bowl, and we'll just talk about my trip.
That's right. The Super Bowl will have happened. Maybe Joe Burrow wins.
I mean, yeah, I guess I haven't put too much stock into like my predictions yet. I'm kind of pulling for the Bengals.
I was going to say, I think a lot of fans are starting to pull for the Bengals, at least around here. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are, but like,
I haven't polled the country yet or the area, so
you should pull your Twitter followers.
That was my ear.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay, so that's weird, right? I
Just
will,
fight
for
through
the
it.
first time when there's a sporting event going on,
Mm-hmm.
I will not really be able to see it.
Are you sad?
Not really. Is that bad?
No, I don't think it's that bad.
I mean, I would watch it. I'd probably have friends over or go to a friend's or go to a bar and watch it. But this wedding was supposed to happen last year. It did happen. They had like a small wedding, and it's just been like a 2-year thing.
It's like a postponed bachelorette party.
Yeah.
So she's not really a bachelorette anymore.
She is a bride.
She's a bride, but she's going
redoing
to...
it all. So they got married last year, and it was really small in California. And then we're going to Palm Springs for the bachelorette, and then in March is the wedding.
Oh, so they're having like a second
the real thing. Yeah.
Nice. Not that it wasn't real before.
Yes, but
it
now
was
it's
real,
like,
but now it's like real.
A celebration.
Yes.
The renewal of vows one year later.
That's the word vows I was looking for.
So exciting show, right? So call, text, tweet, hang out with us. We have a lot to cover and we want to talk about it. So a quick couple things I want to talk about before we take a break and get into Nebraska basketball. Simone Biles.
Did you know about that before it happened?
Simone Biles, everyone knows who she is,
yes,
right?
Yes.
If I was one of the most decorated Olympians of our time, one of the greatest athletes of our time, was at the Nebraska men's gymnastics meet on Saturday night. She is friends with Khalil on the team. They grew up together and just flew in to support Khalil. And I did not know about her coming until she was here, but I knew she was here. Like someone Snapchatted her to me. And I was like, it was like a really bad photo. And I was like, that's not what?
That doesn't show anything.
Yeah. And they're like, literally 10 rows below the GOAT, Simone Biles. And I'm like, what? I
did not know until I saw the tweet. And I was like, whoa, Simone Biles is here. Like that's a huge deal. That, like you said, the most decorated gymnast of all time
is just hanging out at the Bob Devaney Sports Center.
Yeah. Just watching Nebraska men's gymnastics. Super cool.
So that's awesome. That happened this weekend. And then a couple high school things I want to talk about. Lincoln High girls basketball upset Fremont on the road.
Yeah.
They were down 17 points in the fourth quarter and they came back and won. And now they are head coach Dominique Kelly Johnson has her team 15-2 overall. And I going in on Lincoln High right now. Well, have you play-by-played one of their games yet?
I have not done the girls. I'm doing the boys Lincoln High game on Friday. The reason we're not doing the girls because it dips into our local programming a little bit, but
because it's earlier.
Yes, yeah. So like last Friday, I did the Pius East girls game before the boys game, and we just got off at 5:45.
That was a fun environment.
Were you there?
I got there with 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter of the boys game.
That game, the whole environment, I mean, the game was a blast. Both of them were. The girls game was really close as well, but the boys game, it was a madhouse in there. You can I was talking to Luke Mullen of the Lincoln Journal-Star up there, and
you guys way up.
We were way up there, and we were
sitting. Air up there? Are you?
So that's what I was kind of gonna say. Is that in the girls game, it was comfortable, it was all good. The boys game, and everybody started crowding around me, and it was hot. Like I was sweating. I was just in my little quarter zip and everything, and jeans, and I was actually sweating. Now that partially could be me screaming through the mic because the first quarter was insane. I know you weren't there, but 17-17 at the end of the first quarter, and it was 3 balls knocking each way. Like it was a lot of fun, and the environment was crazy. But back to Lincoln High. First of all, Dominique, I think it's really cool. Dominique Kelly and Coach Ira Muanya, I want to make sure I get that right, from Lincoln Northeast. They're both coaching here in Lincoln, and they won a state title together in 2004 with Lincoln Northeast.
Listen to this encyclopedia guy.
Ira Muanya she went on to play at Albany. Obviously, Dominique Kelly played at Nebraska. Both had great careers. Now came back, and they're coaching. Charity's obviously coaching at Lincoln Northeast, doing pretty well building that program. And they have a really impressive sophomore in Danilo Washington. And then Lincoln High beats Taylor McCabe and Fremont on the road.
And Dominique has her team potentially on a state title run,
which is unbelievable. What a great job building that program.
And then I asked Principal Mark Larson what time they practice, because I want to try to get him on radio sometime.
Yeah.
And today they got done early because they had to go to ice cream after a road win.
Well,
so
that's a huge one too. I mean, like I said, Taylor McCabe and Fremont. Taylor McCabe going to Iowa from Fremont. So, and Fremont's kind of that girls basketball factory. They had Jessica Shepard, who went to Nebraska.
And the reason why I was late to the Pius East game is because I was at the Lincoln Christian Norris doubleheader, and the girls game went long, and then there's a 20-minute warm up.
Yeah.
And then so it was hard. We were like, I was talking to Kevin. I was like, do we do A, B, or C? Like punt on post, go straight there, just get part of East, and then get Pius East, and then go back. So I just stuck it out, stayed at Lincoln Christian Norris, and then got to Pius East when it was tied up by a 3 at 45 points. That's when I got there. But what's interesting to me is I'm from South Dakota, and I don't know how it is I guess I know how it is now in Nebraska, but we don't have our student sections on the same side. In
South Dakota?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they do.
Is that just a Pius?
I think that's just a Pius. No, I think it's just a Pius layout, because at Pius they have the banners above that labels where they sit.
Yeah.
So the Pius the 10th students sit in the middle, obviously, and then the visiting students sit right next to them. Which, I mean, Saturday or Friday. Yeah, Friday.
It looks like one big student section.
Which those bleachers, give them credit to both sides. Part of it's the rivalry, but they were full. They were jam packed. And then the parent side, I didn't get to see it from the court like you probably did, but
I was right under the bucket.
Yeah, the parent side was stuffed, packed, stuffed, filled. I was a mixture of those 3 words that I was going for there. But the environment was awesome, and I think I was sweating, like I said, because I was yelling on the mic, and because
you did do well. So giving you a compliment.
Appreciate it.
You are very good at play-by-play.
Thank you.
And as soon as I got into the car leaving Norris Lincoln Christian, I was like I knew you were doing I knew Ticket was covering that game, but when I don't know who's covering the game I'm trying to listen, I just am like speeding through all the FM channels trying to find out what the score is.
So I was bummed. Saturday we were supposed to do Creighton Prep and Lincoln Northeast. Well, they changed the time of that game when I was doing the high school show on Saturday morning. So I missed the notification that they changed the time. I'm rolling through Twitter at 4:15, and because the game's supposed to start at 5:30, I'm about to leave my place, and I'm scrolling through Twitter, and I see the game has started, and I'm like, game's not supposed to start till 5:30. That morning, they had decided to change the game time 2.5 hours earlier.
Oh no!
So we missed the Creighton. We didn't get. I did not get to do the Creighton Prep Lincoln Northeast game that ended in a 4-point ball game because when they sent out the notification, I was doing a high school Saturday show. It was unbelievable Saturday.
Unbelievable.
Well,
we're gonna take a quick. We're gonna take a quick break. This is the Ticket Weeknights with Nicole Griffith and Nick Schnert.
Yep, that's me.
It's Sainer, but we're gonna take a quick break, and on the other side of this, we're gonna talk Nebraska men's basketball, which everyone is excited to talk about. Can't wait.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric ensures our home and office HVAC systems run smoothly throughout the year to provide maximum comfort and convenience. Routine maintenance reduced our operating costs just by improving the efficiency of our unit. Consider a maintenance agreement to ensure you too receive priority for services and scheduling. This helps meet manufacturer warranty requirements. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Hi, welcome to Big Chain Bar and Grill. Can I get you a drink? Which game were you hoping to see? Doesn't matter. I don't know what channel the game's on anyway. Are you ready to order? Okay, here's your check. Come back and see us again, okay?
What?
Hey, welcome back into Upside.
Slow down and enjoy the game at the Upside Bar and Lounge. Comfortable seating, plenty of screens, a great food and drink menu, and no one trying to shove you out the door. Come in, hang out, and take it all in at the Upside Bar and Lounge, open daily just east of 27th and Pine Lake.
You need a place to watch the big game, but you don't want to host at your place, and you don't know what friend's house to invite yourself over to. Join 93.7 The Ticket at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for Bengals Rams, and enjoy great food and drink, plus the chance to win great prizes. If you simply show up, you'll have a chance to win free prizes. You just have to be there when your ticket is called. What's better than great food, drinks, and prizes? Hang with us for the big game on Sunday, February 13th at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O.
Security First Bank. We're the bank, and we make your mortgage more manageable with flexible terms, trusted advice, and competitive rates. When you work with us, we'll know your name, but we'll also get to know your home dreams too. Security First Bank of Lincoln. Voted Best Small Bank in Nebraska by Newsweek magazine. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 505011.
And now a limerick from the world of Yum.
There once was a man in a bind. He's got the best wife in all mankind. And with Valentine's Day not that far away, he needs the greatest gift he can find. Jewelry can be hit or miss, and that vacuum was quickly dismissed. Flowers, they die. Homemade, don't be that guy. But what about that bakery in Beatrice? Liqueur cakes, you'll eat every crumb. Fruit cakes made with brandy, bourbon, and rum. And those chocolate cake squares. Do I have to drive you there? Get yourself to the world of Yum.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street. Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com or visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray Difference.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Here's your binky, buddy. We'll be home soon.
You'd never give your baby a pacifier that has cigarette ash on it. But if you're smoking around your kids, yeah, it's kind of like that. Secondhand smoke contains thousands of toxic chemicals that can have a lasting effect on your child's health. Protect your children. Don't smoke around them or any child.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy and healthy Valentine's Day celebration. There are a lot of daily battles that everyone faces, and in all of our busy lives, it's vital to make sure your significant other is a top priority. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Back to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Nicole Griffith.
Welcome back to the Ticket Weeknights with Nicole Griffith. I am Nicole, alongside Nick and Carter. We've had a pretty exciting show so far. Bounced around, a lot of topics covered. Marvel movie, not really Marvel, but Batman, a little Marvel, Spider-Man, Starburst flavors, which I don't think we fully unpacked the Starburst flavors.
We did not.
And so I have a whole outline about, Nebraska men's basketball, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dashes of thoughts I want to give on Nebraska men's basketball, but 9 thoughts. But I think I should just not and talk about Starburst flavors, so we're going to talk about them. So what happened? I walked in. There's always candy or cookies here. I do really, and Beatrice Bakery breads. There's always treats here. So I do enjoy Monday nights, not just because I get to do the radio, but because I get treats here. And I walk in and there's Starburst, and I'm like, oh, I love Starburst. So I pull out the flavors I want. And then I said to Nick, I go, I have a thought.
Well, first you got mad because I didn't roll out into the hallway.
That's irrelevant.
No. I think
this
needs to be
is my
brought
story,
to the light.
and this is my show.
You're right.
So
it is.
We're gonna keep talking about what I want to talk about.
That's fine. I just want to bring that to light.
Nothing will be brought to light by you. So
absolutely.
You can cut his mic.
Cut my
mic.
mic.
Carter won't actually do that, which makes me sad that he didn't do that. So there he cut it. Amazing.
We're back.
And he's back. So I just want to I have to get this off my chest. I am a yellow Starburst fan. And people say that yellow Starbursts are the worst, or red flag. Don't be around someone who likes yellow Starbursts, or people who like yellow Starbursts are the worst. Well, I like yellow Starbursts.
Do a lot of people say that?
I do.
Okay.
Why else would I say it?
Oh, Carter.
What do you say, Carter?
Yeah, Carter. What you're the one that hates people with yellow.
I don't hate them, but yellow is by far the worst flavor, and I don't understand how that could ever be your favorite.
I am a lemon person. I think the pink doesn't taste like anything. I think the orange is too orange flavored.
Okay.
Like it's not really orange.
It's like fake orange.
Yes, and then the red is just cherry.
See, I'm in the boat of I hate the red kind. So I said this.
Yes, as I'm eating a red Starburst.
Full disclosure, I did not know you were eating a red Starburst. I will say this. As Rico says, Nicole is right on yellow and orange. I will say this, and I told you this. I don't think it's as much of a fact or much of an idea of the kinds that you like as much as the kinds you dislike.
Which is, I countered with, I don't enjoy people who are anti-flavors. It's just exhausting. Like,
why put your time and energy into it?
So it's like the wave
flavors.
Here, like, I don't enjoy people who hate the wave and like make it a point.
I thought you meant that want to make sure people know they hate the wave.
Yes, and so when people are like, I hate yellow Starburst, I'm like, I never asked. So why did you bring it up? Like, shout out Jake. We love Jake, but he's very passionate about things.
Yes, he is.
And it's like no one asked or cared.
Have you told him that?
I have multiple times.
Good. I just want to make sure we're having complete transparency here.
Hi, Jake.
I just want to make sure we're having complete transparency. I don't want to.
It's just an example.
Yeah, I know. I understand that. I just want to make sure.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page. Make it simple for everybody.
We are not on the same page because people continue to tell people that who have yellow Starbursts are bad.
So is your thought the same for people that go out of their way to make sure people know that they like things? So like use the wave.
Well,
I love the wave.
I've
like if we were just having a normal conversation and we're talking about the College World Series and we just be like, you know what? I love the Wave.
I feel like no one says that. It's always the anti. No one's like, I love X. It's always I hate Y. So
okay,
let's think on that. No one has ever. I guess I today was like, I love Yellow Starburst. I didn't say I hate Yellow Starburst.
You did. So what's interesting is they always counter with somebody's hate comment with a love comment.
Yes.
So it's like, oh, really? You hate him? I love Yellow Starburst.
But I just say I love it to get it out of the way.
So just so that, well, because then they can come back with, well, you love it. I hate him.
And then it's just.
So you're dealing with the same problem no matter what.
So shout out to Candy that is
change.
Always here. This place is very reliable.
Yeah. Do you bake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as frequently as Mark.
Well, no, Mark, I mean, Mark has a business. Did you see his tweet yesterday with all the cookies that he had?
Yeah, and there's none here.
There's none here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
why are you saying that with such joy and a smile on your face?
Because I'm sitting there scrolling through Twitter and I'm like, this man just bakes and he's good at it.
And I didn't get to have any of the cookies today.
None of us did.
Sad.
Unless they were there before I got here.
What time do you get here?
So normally I get here at 9, but
in
today,
the morning?
Yeah. But today I
normal. Okay.
Yeah,
right,
I usually work like 9 to 4. But today I got here at 1 since I'll be here till 11:30.
Oh yeah, late night tonight.
Yep.
So we have Up the Middle coming up with Cam Chick and Bryce Matthews, and then we have the deep end.
Yes, deep end.
And then the swim diving show, and then we have the bowling show.
In the pocket.
In the pocket.
In the pocket.
I need to get. I mean, every time I come here, there's 5 more shows, which is awesome. But I need I guess I can kind of see them. The board.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's right here.
Usually it's gymnastics tonight.
Yeah,
but
they have a meet.
Post. Yep.
Yeah, so they're out. So we swapped and plugged and play, just like Husker basketball. Plug and play.
I think we're just kind of beating around the bush. That is this topic that no one wants to talk about. So,
plug and play.
A Saturday noon game in February seems like a fun activity.
Fun chance to take. I mean, tickets were $2. You could take the family for a cheap amount.
The boys, isn't it like Saturdays for the boys? Bring the boys.
I suppose.
Ladies could have gone. You know, family event.
Pre-Valentine's Day date.
Yeah.
If that's the thing. Don't look at me like that, Carter. We're going with it.
Nebraska, they laid an egg. And I have 4 Gs. I have all caps egg in 4 Gs. 87-63 loss against Northwestern. And I was at Goodwill yesterday and I saw a Northwestern shirt and I almost bought it.
Why didn't you?
What would I do with a Northwestern shirt?
See, okay, this is a problem I have. Why can't you wear... I got a free t-shirt from Penn State because the baseball and softball facility that I helped open, Penn State came and practiced in our facility. Softball.
DBAT.
Yes.
Yes.
So they came.
Why are you acting like I don't know what DBAT is?
I forgot that you've shot stories at DBAT.
I've never shot a story there.
You talked to somebody there, didn't you? No, Kevin did. That's right. Long story short, Penn State gave me a softball shirt and people get mad when I wear it. It was free. I'm a college student. Why not just wear a free shirt?
I think it's because you're in Nebraska. What?
I don't have to like Penn State to wear their shirt. I don't have to be a fan of Penn State
sense
to wear their shirt.
That's like when people say retweets aren't endorsements, and then they continue to retweet.
They're my own opinions. All opinions are my own.
It's literally your opinion.
I will say
that's why it's your own.
I will say my first college class, and I don't know about Carter. My first college class, they made sure that we put in our Twitter bios, opinions are our own. And after that semester, I took it out real quick.
Yeah,
because I feed off of other people's opinions.
Nebraska men's basketball struggling. I want to be nice. I want to not just like go all in on this team and like, say that they're bad and terrible. But because it's, there's a coaching staff and there's players that are showing up and practicing and working hard and lifting. And it's hard. It's like, I want to say, like, it's not like they're trying to be bad. It's not like anyone sets out to be, let's see if we can not win a game in the conference this year. I don't think that's exactly on their bulletin board. Granted, It's not going the way. I mean, look at how they treated this year in the off season, or right up into the beginning of the season. They had at least 11 creatives work on a hype video that involved putting a basketball hoop in the Capitol. And the women's team got a graphic 90 minutes before their first game.
That's right.
So, and
then one of them is 17-5 now.
And disclaimer, it's not the
It's
one
not the
with the hype with the basketball hoop in the Capitol.
I will say, I mean, the women's basketball team, the socials have done pretty well recently. They released a couple videos that were really cool. Volleyball did the same. There was the National Girls and Women's Sports Day.
Yeah,
super cool videos from both of them.
The Nebraska. So then the men's team, they have the first 5-star in program history. You have John Rothstein coming to MC an event, and you have people picking Nebraska as a seed in March.
Yeah, that's what I was. It's kind of interesting. I mean, I remember doing a solo show right before the season, and I asked the listeners, what's the expectation this season? And I put my personal was, if they get a first round bye in the Big Ten tournament, we're happy. That means that they're in the top 8 of the Big Ten conference, and it's a couple teams you need to be in front of. Minnesota, first year head coach Ben Johnson. Okay, you don't expect them to be, flip the switch. They're good after Richard Pitino. Then you have Northwestern, who Chris Collins never really got it going to their fullest potential, right? They made the one NCAA tournament, whatever. Then you have Rutgers, you never know, with Steve Peichel pounding nails, right? That whole thing. But there's a lot of teams where you're sitting here thinking Nebraska on paper should be better than these teams. Mm-hmm. But once again, there's always that disconnect. So I look back just personally, and I was saying, as long as they get a first round bye in the Big Ten tournament, which is something they haven't been able to do consistently, just give yourself a chance to compete, because when you have to play that first game, it's so hard to play 4 days in a row of Big Ten basketball. So give yourself a chance to play 3 days in a row of Big Ten basketball, and you give yourself a better chance than 4, obviously, right? And if you do that, maybe you're on the bubble, depending on how good the Big Ten conference is.
And it's a complete opposite, because a quick snapshot of the team, so I make my outlines, right? I send my outlines to Nick or Big Sky or Happer whenever they're here. I send them earlier in the day, but I keep a lot of the I'm not going to delete everything and rewrite it. So I just have Nebraska men's basketball. All I have to do is backspace the number on the record.
Yeah.
And so
it's the same thing over and over too. That's the worst part.
6-17 overall, 0-12 in conference play. They're on a 10-game losing streak, and they haven't won on the road or neutral sites this season. And Nick said their last win was Kennesaw State.
Yeah.
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts to talk about. It hurts to cover. It hurts to watch. And so I know as media members, we're supposed to be, unbiased, and not it's not like I'm not biased. It's just, it's not fun covering losses.
No,
it's very depressing. It's very so what happened there? What highlights do you want us to show? How many people are tuning in, watching the Nebraska men's tuning into 10-11 is kind of what I'm referencing, but also the ticket.
Yeah.
Do you when we post game recaps or sound from Fred, it's kind of like football. When you're losing a lot, there's that sweet, it's not sweet spot, but there's that time when people are they don't care, and then they get mad. Mm-hmm. So I felt like we were kind of in the getting mad phase, and now we're kind of people. It's kind of, this season is past. People are over it, and so now what happens, right? The remaining question is, what happens now? Fred, does he come back next year? Do they pay the buyout? Do they not pay the buyout? I don't fully have complete thoughts on it. I could kind of see it going either way. Just, with what they have coming in and what they have coming back, is Bryce McGowan's going to be here next year? He is doing very well. He needs to grow into his body, but he is a lottery pick. Yeah. So do you really, if you're a lottery pick, I think you say see you later to
you can't.
Whichever college that you're playing at, regardless of if your brother is there or if you have a hoodie that
unfinished goal or unfinished,
business to come back to. And so
business. Thank you.
It's going to be really interesting. The the team has a few more games left. They're going to go to the Big Ten tournament. Everyone plays, right? The first game, or like, isn't it like double elimination, or how does
for the Big Ten tournament?
Yeah.
It's you're single and done.
Okay.
Yeah, you're done. I don't know.
One and done.
Yeah, and like if they play, so we were expecting them to finish last in the conference, right? So they would play. I can't remember if they play the 11 or the 9 seed, 14, 9, 13. 10, 12, 11. Yeah, so 14-9.
We need to make
the bracket. I need to make the bracket.
Doing...
So like 14-9. So I don't know who's number 9 in the Big Ten conference right now. Big Ten. I like when we look at
we have 7 games left, including Northwestern again, but this will be on the road.
On my birthday. Sorry, I just want to throw that out there. In
case
anybody forgot.
We're 1 month apart, Nick and Nicole.
Yes.
And then they have Minnesota, a home game. This Wednesday. Wow, that's in 2 days.
So if the season were to end today, they'd be playing Iowa in the first round of the Big Ten tournament, who is 15-7 overall.
They were down. No, they were up, but it was kind of a close game between them and Minnesota. And by close, it was like 20 points, 15 points. But it's like, is it supposed to be that close?
I'm curious. Let me ask you your thoughts, because with like in terms of Fred Hoiberg and the whole coming back and the buyout thing, my whole thought process on this is, if let's say they lose out, nobody wants that, right? And that's one thing I've found out quick about being a media person is like,
we love losses. Like, it's so fun.
Yeah, we love losses. We love covering coaching. Like, no. Like,
my second week on the job at 10-11 was Tim Miles getting fired. My first week was the flooding. I was on a bridge in Columbus. I was live in Columbus on a bridge that was flooding. Yeah. Not the bridge was flooding, but like the floods from 2019. And then the next week I was stalking Tim Miles to see when he was going to get fired.
Yeah. Like,
so that if another coaching firing,
like, it's just not fun, because then we have to go through the whole, all right, what's the expectations for a first year head coach for Nebraska? Like, it's not fun. But on the other hand, I'm sitting here thinking, if Nebraska goes 0-19 in the conference, how do you bring anybody back in, no matter what the buyout is? And so, and then once again, we could talk, like, what did 2 wins really do? Like, if they finish 2-17 in the conference and they're bouncing,
that's better than
it is
going winless.
You're absolutely right. It is. But then how much do those 2 wins really do for your program? Like,
that's straight moral.
Yeah.
But...
And like, maybe we can talk about this in the next segment, but like, Trev has so many factors that he has to take into account. Like, ticket sales, for example, that people don't think about. Ticket sales, and how tickets were $2 on Saturday on the secondary market, and fans were leaving at halftime, or 10 minutes left in the second half, against a 500 Northwestern team. Like, that's
because Nebraska was down.
Exactly, not for the good reason.
Yeah.
Like, Trev has a lot of things to think about that people aren't even taking into account, like ticket sales, like fans not having any excitement around the program right now. It's interesting, and Trev's got a lot to think about.
I'm sure the text line you guys have been talking about it. This is a topic that's been talked about all day today, but we want to hear from you. 402-464-5685. Text in your thoughts. If you're a fan right now, if you're a Nebraska ball fan, are you turning on the game? Are you watching? Are you going? I had a couple people I tweet at me that they were and have told me that they were glad they didn't go. They had tickets to go, or they could have gotten tickets to go on Saturday, and thank goodness we passed on that. Or I had a friend who went, and he said just had to sit through that whole thing. Like, it's really sad. Yeah, so
I want to correct something I said. So I didn't think I was right on the top 8 seeds or anything. Nebraska, first seed in the Big Ten, first round bye. Like I said, the expectation, you have to be a top 10 team. Like,
to get a bye,
to get a first round bye. So if the season ended today, they would play the 11th seed. So I think that's Penn State.
Your favorite.
Yeah, exactly. My favorite team. So like I was saying though, like at the beginning of the season, the expectations, first round bye, be a top 10 team in the Big Ten. Like, I don't think that's too much to ask, and yet consistent. And that's where it really gets depressing.
There's only
for
14.
Me. Yes, that's where it gets depressing for me personally.
How do 10 teams get a first round bye?
So the 8-9, 5-1, the 8-9, the 7-10, and then.
So then the other 4 just play.
Yeah. So then
early?
the top 4 seeds get 2-day bye.
but the bottom 4 they play.
Yeah. So then there's.
We'll find out. We'll find out next
We'll talk.
month.
I'll show you here. I'll show you here.
So one thing I want to talk about mainly with Nebraska men's basketball is I wrote this in all caps. I wrote it in bold, and he's not listening, and he probably doesn't even know this show exists. He does. He has been a guest on this show. I want to apologize to Doc Sadler. So I have been thinking that he's been running the defense.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the defensive coach or helped with defense last year. And when this losing streak was happening, it's been happening, but in the beginning, when people were getting angry, I was like, why is Doc allowing this to happen? We're in the newsroom and we're just watching highlights. I'm like, Doc, how is this there is no defense. And how is this defense even happening? And then, I heard on Nick Baugh's podcast, he was kind of saying the same thing. He's like, people are writing into me, and Nick Baugh, the Fox analyst, former Creighton basketball player, Lincoln Southeast kid, he was saying that a lot of people were writing into him and emailing him why is Doc allowing this? Doc is he's not a coach. He is an assistant to the coach. So Doc isn't even he can't coach via the rules and his contract. He can't coach at practice. So he doesn't, this is not on Doc. So I actually went over and apologized to him not that I was calling for his name or calling for his head, but
get him out of here.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that, but I went over and interviewed Nick Lindhames for I was over at Devaney this week, and then I just popped over to men's basketball, and I was like, hey Doc, this whole time I thought you were coaching defense and I thought it was bad, and it's not even you. So I just want that to be public knowledge. So
Doc is not on defense. No defense Doc.
No defense Doc. So
that's what they call him for multiple reasons, because the defense is bad. Sorry, but he doesn't coach defense.
No, he doesn't.
I want to make that
clear. And if you think that it is Doc's fault, it's not.
It's not.
So
it definitely is not.
We're going to take a break. We'll wrap up Nebraska men's basketball after this. Go ahead and get your texts or your calls in, 402-464-5685. This is The Ticket Weeknights with Nicole Griffith on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You spend more time in your garage than outdoors in the wintertime. Isn't it time to get it organized? Call Travis at Classic Garage Solutions for his variety of organization packages. Turn your garage from a cluttered mess to a clean, organized space that'll be the envy of the neighborhood and something you can be proud of. You don't need to bring the same clutter from last year into the new year. Travis has storage options for cabinets, monkey bar shelving, or slat wall, and more. Call Classic Garage Solutions today at 402-730-1638.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com or visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray difference.
At Buffalo Wings and Rings, they've crafted a new league of superior chicken sandwiches. Meet the Ringers. It's premium, house-made, beer-battered, fried chicken served buffalo, Korean, or MVP style. Head to Buffalo Wings and Rings Lincoln and raise a glass to superior chicken. 2 locations at 68th and O and at 40th and Old Cheney. Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Back to The Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Nicole Griffith.
Welcome back. Welcome in. If you're new, if you're old, if you've been with us,
You good? So Nicole didn't realize that we had only like 20 seconds till we're back on. She pulled out grapes and she started eating grapes. And are those peanut butter pretzels?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that she's eating grapes and peanut butter pretzels, and she,
I'm not with it today.
No, we're chilling.
I started with Starburst to start the day. And,
Yeah, that's all right. It's all good. I mean, I ate wings on the air for the Hot Ones challenge. So
yeah, but that was
part of it. Yeah,
part of it. This
people
is
knew
not like
people knew what they were signing
Nicole's
up for.
snack corner, but
Okay, so we got a text.
I'm sure we got a ton of texts about our Starburst opinions, right?
Yeah, I mean there were a couple.
Pretty
Rico.
much just Rico, yeah.
Okay, so we got Carter just told me that we had a bunch of people on the text line.
We do. So okay, here's a really interesting one for me. Doug in Lincoln says this: I am a season ticket holder and not anticipating renewing my 4 tickets next year. I left a game early for the first time in my Husker basketball life on Saturday because I couldn't handle it. And that's exactly kind of the things I'm talking about and what Trev has to decide. And weigh, like Trev talks about how important every facet of a program is, whether that's off the field academics or on the field success on the court, I guess. But part of the things that's tied into that is tickets and our fans interested in going. You're not happy if you're Nebraska that tickets are selling for $2 on stuff
or not being renewed.
Yeah, that's a big thing. That's a huge thing, especially when you're trying to build a $150 million facility.
$150 million.
Did I say that? That's my bad.
You said that, right?
$150 million.
$150 million.
$150. I wish it was $150. Did you see their hype video today of the construction?
No, I don't watch them.
They make hype videos for everything, and they made it of construction today.
We should make hype videos for like when we walk into work. I always thought about doing that, like gearing up for a game.
I hope you have. Can I plug my TikTok? Me and Rico's TikTok on your show.
Anything else on the text line?
Yeah,
before
absolutely.
we get to you talking about yourself.
No problem. Somebody says I stopped watching after the Creighton game. Ooh,
that was a long time.
That was a long time ago.
That was December.
Luke says this: I'm in the group of Husker fans that care so much about Husker sports that I simply can't tune in to 2 men's basketballs. Presently, it's not that I'm a fair weather fan. I simply have to protect my soul. Ooh.
That is a debate.
There was a comment similar to that earlier that said there's nowhere left for Nebraska ball to scar me. So
yeah,
like that people aren't feeling anymore. They can't feel.
Yeah, it's like we're so used to it.
Maybe we should start expecting the losses, and then
are we not? I mean, like part of me wonders if folks are just going into each game saying, yeah, Nebraska's going to lose, and if they win, then it's a great surprise.
Well, it's just interesting because when they played Northwestern and then you saw the score, if you were not watching it, if when you tuned in, you're like, oh, I checked the score of the game, and it was
yikes.
I was working news that day, so I was watching like the game cast, and it was just like 47-23, or you can see like Twitter's reaction before you see what the score is.
Yeah.
And someone said like this, or it was whatever the score was at halftime, down 22 at half at home to Northwestern. And I was like, who is Fred going to start the second half with? Yeah. Because I remember back to my high school days, like if you are doing terrible, like just for 2 minutes, the coach is like, starters, you're done. Like new group. And then he started the starters, and it's like, is this like insanity? Like doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result.
Great definition.
Like,
one of my favorite.
Is this like what did he inject into them at halftime to start those? Like, no, I mean, they did change the defense and oh man.
Well, it's like with that, I was thinking during halftime, I mean, what does Fred say? What is Fred like? You are a heck of a coach if you're able to get your guys motivated after that first half and then after a game over and over. Like, it takes a special kind of coach to keep your guys motivated. Also, I think a big thing is it takes a certain kind of leader from the player's perspective. From player, talk about a player-led team, right? It takes a certain type of leader as a player to get your guys motivated continuously throughout a season that you've lost 10 in a row now, and you're 198th in the net.
Well, they also just need one. It's kind of like football. You just need a win, and it kind of becomes contagious. And I
Let's
feel
hope.
like it's just the same rinse, repeat loss. And they're who knows? They're burned out. They're tired. You didn't bring the CJ Wilcher said they didn't bring the energy and they weren't prepared to go. It is a home game on a Saturday, and you are riding a 9-game losing streak.
Why aren't you ready to go? It's those things like that, right? It's the same type of comment as in football after Illinois was, well, they came out in something different than what we were expecting, or we weren't ready for that what they showed us. Like those are things you can control.
Mm-hmm.
Like you go into the game ready to at the top of your game in every single thing you can control, and then you adjust to the things that are out of your control that surprise you. Like it's those comments that I understand it's actually happening. I appreciate the transparency because I think that's a big part of it, but it's like, man, you can control a lot of the things that they're lacking at, and it's frustrating because it's game after game.
That's going to put a bow on the first hour. We are going to take a break, and then we are going to bring in Lincoln East Malachi Coleman. He is one of my favorite guests that I've had recently, and I've done a couple stories with him, and we are going to hear his incredible life story at only 16 years old, and I don't want you guys to go anywhere, and we have Malachi Coleman coming up next.
And now a limerick from the world of Yum.
There once was a man in a bind. He's got the best wife in all mankind. And with Valentine's Day not that far away, he needs the greatest gift he can find. Jewelry can be hit or miss, and that vacuum was quickly dismissed. Flowers, they die. Homemade, don't be that guy. But what about that bakery in Beatrice? Liqueur cakes, you'll eat every crumb. Fruit cakes made with brandy, bourbon, and rum. And those chocolate cake squares. Do I have to drive you there? Get yourself to the world of Yum.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
Breezy but very mild here for our Monday. We'll top out near 60. Northwest winds will be around 15 to 20. Plenty of sunshine, then mainly clear tonight. The low dropping down to around 32. A few passing clouds tomorrow, windier, as northwest winds could gust over 30 with a high of 58. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You spend more time in your garage than outdoors in the wintertime. Isn't it time to get it organized? Call Travis at Classic Garage Solutions for his variety of organization packages. Turn your garage from a cluttered mess to a clean, organized space that'll be the envy of the neighborhood and something you can be proud of. You don't need to bring the same clutter from last year into the new year. Travis has storage options for cabinets, monkey bar shelving, or slat wall, and more. Call Classic Garage Solutions today at 402-730-1638.
The past year and a half has been a challenge. We've been reminded of the importance of following health and safety guidance from medical experts. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the NSCA. As teachers, our goal is to keep our schools open and our students in the classroom, because we know in-person teaching and learning is best for our students. We need your help to keep our kids healthy and learning.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Buffalo Wings and Rings, they've crafted a new league of superior chicken sandwiches. Meet the Ringers. It's premium, house-made, beer-battered, fried chicken served buffalo, Korean, or MVP style. Head to Buffalo Wings and Rings Lincoln and raise a glass to superior chicken. 2 locations at 68th and O and at 40th and Old Cheney. Buffalo Wings and Rings.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
Hi, welcome to Big Chain Bar and Grill. Can I get you a drink? Which game were you hoping to see? Doesn't matter. I don't know what channel the game's on anyway. Are you ready to order? Okay, here's your check. Come back and see us again, okay?
What?
Hey, welcome back into Upside.
Slow down and enjoy the game at the Upside Bar and Lounge. Comfortable seating, plenty of screens, a great food and drink menu, and no one trying to shove you out the door. Come in, hang out, and take it all in at the Upside Bar and Lounge, open daily just east of 27th and Pine Lake.
These days, there are more reasons than ever to treat yourself to a great haircut at Great Clips with the online check-in app. So tell us, why do you check in?
I check in because I'm tired of hat hair. I check in because we all need a cut.
I check in so I can feel like me.
And I check in so I look good for you.
No matter why you check in, you'll check out with a great haircut and save time with our online check-in app. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to Ticket Weeknights.
Okay, here's the deal with Nicole.
Live from Copple Chevrolet GMC Studios in the heart of Lincoln, America.
She's just going to tell it like it is.
Nicole is, she's very wise.
Sometimes you're not going to like it.
Here is your host, Nicole Griffith.
Welcome back to Ticket Weeknights. I'm Nicole Griffith. We are in studio for the next hour, so call, text in, give us your thoughts. We want to hear from you on anything, everything, Yellow Starburst, Marvel movies, Spider-Man. Who is your Batman? Mine is Christian Bale. Not who is, I can't even say, Rob Pattinson. Not my Batman, but.
Is that the new one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I always got Christian Bale and Gareth Bale messed up, the soccer player. So, side note. But.
Well, you can call, text, listen, stream. Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket. Google, play 93.7 The Ticket. Hopefully those just like, just listen to us, download us. We are from 6 to 8 in studio. And then coming up after my show tonight is Up the Middle with Cam Chick and Bryce Matthews of the baseball team. And then we have Deep Dive. And then we have the Deep End.
Yes,
and then we have
In the Pocket.
In the Pocket.
Yes.
I need to get these written down. So a lot of Husker content coming from you tonight. It starts at 6 a.m. and it goes until 11 p.m. So that's pretty awesome that the Ticket's able to have content going almost not 24/7, but don't tell DP that. He might start going 24/7 and Nick will have to be here late. But I'm excited to bring in our guest tonight, Malachi Coleman of Lincoln East. Malachi, I know you're kind of a quieter kid, but we'll break you into radio. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah.
Good. Thanks for joining us. You've had a busy couple weeks. So you play football, you play baseball or basketball. You're in basketball season right now.
Yeah.
How's practice? You had practice tonight.
Yeah.
How have you guys been doing?
I think our record's like 10-5, 10-6 right now. We've had a lot of hard games, so I think we have one of the hardest schedules in the state, but otherwise, our team's holding together pretty good right now. So.
And Nick just covered your Pius game.
Talk about the environment on Friday against Pius for that battle. I mean, you guys obviously came up on the short end, but like the environment, was that as good of an environment you've played in this year so far?
Absolutely. Coach even told us because they were doing some type of cancer event, cancer awareness event. And he told us like a couple years back when they did the same thing, it was just packed house. And he's like, you got to be prepared for it because it was awesome.
The battle for A Street's alive.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's deep. Do you guys talk about that at all? Like coming in, like we got to get this one.
Yeah. If there's any school in Nebraska we don't want to lose to, Pius is definitely the
all right.
top list.
Does that include football too?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Well, he's a Pius kid.
I am a Pius grad, but hey,
we don't have to talk to him.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
This is
funny man.
So mute Nick's mic, please.
Yeah, cut my mic.
Anyways, so Malachi, I want to bring you in because you have such an inspiring story, and you are working to, or you have now accomplished and are moving forward in it. But if you and Muchachos have partnered up for a burrito, The Giver, which I think is such an amazing name for a burrito, and then and the reason behind it, and maybe the Giverito, you said you guys might change the name to, still working on it, but what tell us a little bit of your story and how you got to Lincoln and why you, at 16 years of age, felt the need to create a burrito to give back.
So I was born in South Dakota. Me and my family didn't have much. My pops passed away when I was young, in a bad car accident, and my mom, she was a drug addict, so she couldn't really take care of us. I had to take care of my little sister most of the time. We were homeless for a couple of years. And then my mom dropped us off at a stranger's house. She said she'd be back. That was the last time I ever saw her. And I think I was 5 or 6 at that time. Next day, we ended up in foster care home here in Lincoln. They wanted to keep one of us, but the state wanted to keep us together. So we had to go to another foster home up in York. We got emergency removed from that foster home when the dad threw me through a wall. So then we got moved to another foster home down in Seward. Personally, I really liked this one in Seward. They had 19 kids of their own, so it was always something going on and lots of people to play with. But
You did or did not?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But they couldn't really take us in because, I mean, they had a lot of their own hands. But God bless that family. I love them. And then the family that I came to in Lincoln, it was the family that I'm with today. We did some visits with them before, and then we stayed with them for about a year, and then they adopted us when I was 9 in 2015.
And they adopted you and your sister.
Yeah.
So you have been able to stay with your sister and your friend, the Colemans.
Yes.
Nick's friends with your older brother, or played baseball back then. So
I did.
That story is that's heavy.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's hard to talk about. That's hard to tell people. And I didn't know that part. I mean, I've interviewed you before. We've talked before with 10-11, and I didn't know, that you bounced around. I mean, I knew you bounced around, but I didn't know you bounced around as much. I thought you showed up in Lincoln and went to the Colemans, and it's sunshine and roses and everything is happy. And I was talking to your mom a little bit at Muchachos, Craig and Miranda.
Mm-hmm.
They great people. It was hard in the beginning. She said you were just a really sad and broken person, and you had seen so much at such a young, I couldn't even imagine what you've seen in just a short amount of time in your life, and now you're wanting to give back. And so you want to be one of the first high schoolers in Nebraska to have a name, image, and likeness deal for not even being in college yet.
Yeah.
And so how did you connect with Muchachos? Nick over at Muchachos, he's had a lot of NIL deals, working great with Husker athletes. How did that kind of relationship come about?
Well, to be honest, when they passed it in Nebraska in January, I knew that he was doing some deals with college people, and I wanted to see if he was interested in doing one with the high schoolers. So I DM'd him, see if he was interested in meeting with my fam, and he said absolutely. And then from there, our relationship has blossomed, and I kind of think it's Nick as family now. We love him.
Yeah, and you just had you guys created a burrito.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the thing, right? Like a pipeline burrito, this giver burrito. Let's give some tacos some love, I guess, Nick.
Yeah.
I would like some tacos. So explain the burrito that you came up with, and where the proceeds go.
So it's a hatchback burrito, but usually with just a regular hatchback, you get one type of meat, but with this, you can choose 2 out of 3, so a little bit more protein. I mean, I love protein, so I knew it was gonna be something I like. I know a lot of people are gonna like it, and the proceeds are gonna be going to KVC foster care program and the foster care closet.
I mean, that's just so awesome, right? I always say awesome after questions is kind of like my crutch, but no, that actually is so amazing. And I talked to Nick Maestas.
Yes.
At Muchachos, not
sure.
the Nick I'm looking at right now. I talked to Nick. His last name should just be Muchachos. Nick Muchachos. He said that. So you guys launched on Saturday at 5, or kind of at Saturday. You had an official launch at 5:30. So anyone listening can go to Muchachos and get the Giver burrito. And I'm not putting air quotes around it because it's literally the Giver burrito. And it's hatchback, 2 of the 3 types of meats. And this thing, I was at the launch party, and the thing is the size of a newborn child. It's
Really?
huge. And
Does it fill you up?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it's
I
big.
mean, I could eat
It's
some.
big.
I could eat some more after.
Oh, okay. Do you get free burritos out of the deal?
Yes, I do.
Dang, man, that's unbelievable.
But you're gonna pay for yours,
Absolutely.
because you're gonna help give back.
Absolutely. Okay. So after you were telling us your story, what's something that off the football field and basketball court, I suppose, what's the thing you're most proud of? Like, what are you most proud of through everything you've been through? What do you look back and say, yeah, I did that. I got through that.
Probably my little sister. She's my world. If we didn't get adopted by this home, they were gonna separate us, and I can guarantee you I would be in a terrible spot right now because I took care of her. I was the adult in her life for the longest time, and to see her get where she is, she's a little athletic freak too. Yeah, we're gonna be hearing about her soon. So, but I love my little sister. She's my world. But I think getting
That's
her.
awesome. That's awesome.
That's it.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Ooh.
You can call in or text if you have any questions for Malachi, 402-464-5685. The burrito was a hit. Nick said that there's about 40 of them sold in just 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I know there was a lot of Lincoln East. They came out. Your boys came out. I didn't cut the video for the news, but I have some video of them not eating very well. So once people find out that they're on camera, they start
caring.
They get kind of goofy. So, but then like the times they didn't know I was like recording them, the burrito's huge. Like literally, like their hands are like trying to eat this burrito. But I'm excited to try it. I didn't get it. It was packed. I didn't get to try it, but
out the door, like it was busy.
Yeah, and
how proud that you did that. Like you were at the front of that. Like how cool is that for you?
Knowing I can make an impact like that absolutely.
And you're a high schooler.
Yeah, I mean, 16 years old.
Yeah,
making impacts like that.
He's very humble. He's not going to sit here and be like, I'm trying to get
proud
of
him.
myself.
I'm trying to get him out of it.
Yeah,
I'm trying that deep voice. I got to get him to say, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud.
Well.
So.
Make my mama proud. I know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Malachi gave me a good quote when I talked to you on Saturdays. You said, gives me a reason to get out of bed.
Yeah.
And I don't think when I was 16, I was thinking, what's my reason to get out of bed? I just had to get out of bed. I went to school. And here you are making burritos and giving back and making an impact to what do you hope that these funds will be able to help in the foster care system? So it seems like, people have fundraisers and it's always like X organization, this X organization, that, but you have been a part of it. So what areas, and I'm not saying it's a bad system, or I'm not, where would you like to see it improved or that money go to specifically?
To be honest, I don't really have anything specifically I wanted to go to, but I know in the future, I want to open my own foundation. And with the proceeds for that, I wasn't able to do any sports or anything until I was adopted with my family. It just wasn't really a thing with any of the options of the other families. So,
so you didn't do organized sports until you were almost 9 or almost 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
here you have 9 college offers and on their radars, but
we have a text from the text line if we want to hit this quick.
Okay, yeah.
It says, Malachi's clear family means so much to you. Being at Lincoln East, who are some educators there who have had a positive impact on you?
That is definitely my counselor right there. I can tell you for a fact. Yeah. Katie Wines, I love her. She's definitely had a huge impact on me. Just making me be a better student, whether it's talking to your teachers in a respectful manner, like when they're having a bad day, and just lifting them up and just being, she made me be a leader, even though I ain't even gonna lie, I hate it when people follow me because it's like, why you doing what I'm doing? Why don't you go do what you want to do? But she's definitely had a huge impact on me. Ryan Schron, he's also one of my football coaches. I suck at math. Like I'm telling you right now, I'm really bad. Like I'll still use my fingers if I have to, but
That was Nick earlier today trying to do the bracket.
I was.
He's like, the
she's
1
out me.
seed plays the 10 seed.
Yeah, I was like
and
the
the
14,
2.
9, 10. And I was still wrong. I was still wrong at the end of it. I found out, looking it up on Google, I was still wrong.
Yeah, but he actually made that class enjoyable for me. And I never enjoyed math before him. So.
What is your favorite subject? Like, do you know what you want to like go into in college? What are we looking at?
I'm looking to major in human or sports psychology. So in the end, I could be a therapist and help people in that way.
That's fantastic.
That's amazing. How about the burrito? I'm going to keep going back to this.
Okay.
How long did it take you to decide what was going to go on it?
Ooh, probably about a week.
Because you're like, this is a decision.
Yeah.
This is like my name is going to be on this food item.
Yeah. Well, it took probably about a week. Me and my parents sat down for a long time. Just going through ideas. Like, we had some really bad names too.
Well, because you were thinking like lamb, right?
Yeah, at first I was thinking, I'm gonna do something weird.
Yo,
I'm a weird kid. So.
Yeah. Lamb's a whole new thing though, man.
Nick's like, muchachos is like, we can whatever you want, and then you're like, well, maybe not.
Lamb, that's funny. I love it.
But
and it's not just muchacho, or okay, so go back. You guys were coming up with some names.
Mm-hmm. And then we set up a meeting with Nick the next week. He kind of sat me down. He's like, okay, so what do you want to name it and what do you want it to be? And I told him that I want it to be called The Giver, and I want it to have double protein in it.
This is what I want, and it has to have double protein.
Yep.
That's all we need.
Yep,
that's awesome.
What was the feedback like that night from your teammates and their families that came out, and I guess just feedback throughout this whole process?
Everybody absolutely loved it, and my teammates that came out to support me, especially, they're all proud of me. They know that I work off the court just as hard as I do on the court. So for them to see me succeed and them to be proud of me, it's just a little overwhelming sometimes, but I love it.
Yeah, have you gotten used to that? Like you're from just the public eye, you are this top recruit that's being targeted by multiple schools, but then you have that close group of friends, I'm sure, that you want to stay tight knit with, right? Mm-hmm. And so like, have you gotten used to it where you're like in the public now, like people know you from just because that's how Nebraska fans are. Like, are you used to that yet?
I mean, sometimes like my parents call it blocking.
Yep.
Sometimes I get a little bit overwhelmed and be like, I'm gonna need you to help me just get through just public. It's like, I remember one time I went to shoes. I'm like, hey mama, I'm gonna go look at the shoes over here. She's like, okay. I go, I'm not even gone 10 seconds. Somebody stops me. Hey, you're this guy on my phone right here.
No way.
Yeah. And
that's cool.
Like,
you're like, no, that's not.
There's a part of you though that's like, dang, that's cool.
Yeah, but
the man wants to find some shoes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just want to shop some shoes.
Yeah, and then I'm like, he's like, oh, you want to sign this for me real quick? I'm like, yeah, I got you. I signed.
That's awesome.
I signed his newspaper that he had on.
They're asking for your autographs already?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I'm like, I'm gonna go find my mom real quick.
Yeah. I need to go
find my mom.
I was gonna say, let's talk about your parents. Let's talk about your parents. I mean, how supportive have they been through this whole? I know them, but a lot of listeners don't, right? So like, how awesome have they been throughout this whole thing?
My parents are by far my biggest supporters, and I love them so much for not only encouraging me but helping me get to where I am today. Because without them, I would not be anywhere near accomplishing the stuff that I am, and I thank them for that every single day by showing up and doing things that I know I'm supposed to do, and I want to make them proud every single day. So.
Have they given you advice? I mean, because you still have a season left and a college decision, but like putting that aside, like just overall how everything's gone, like so far, it's been a crazy year, right?
Yeah.
What's like their biggest piece of advice for you that you've taken really to heart?
Be humble and remember the little people.
Yeah.
That's why he's not saying he's proud of himself.
I know.
Nick. This Malachi Coleman of Lincoln East, of Muchachos, of 24/7, of Rivals, of everywhere you know Malachi Coleman. We're going to take a break, but I want to keep you for another segment if you have the time. We're going to get into your football we brought you in to talk burritos, and we're going to talk football also on the other side of this. So Malachi Coleman is joining us on the ticket, and we will have more with him after this break.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
These days, there are more reasons than ever to treat yourself to a great haircut at Great Clips with the online check-in app. So tell us, why do you check in?
I check in because I'm tired of hat hair. I check in because we all need a cut.
I check in so I can feel like me.
And I check in so I look good for you.
No matter why you check in, you'll check out with a great haircut and save time with our online check-in app. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
Casey's General Store is giving you the chance at winning 2 free tickets to a Nebraska home basketball game this season. Stop by any Casey's location in Lincoln throughout basketball season, enter your name into the registration box, and you'll have a chance to win 2 tickets to an upcoming Nebraska basketball game. Every drawing will occur at least 24 hours before the game that has its selected winner. So make sure to get to any Casey's in Lincoln today for your chance at 2 free tickets for Nebraska men's basketball games. You spend more time in your garage than outdoors in the wintertime. Isn't it time to get it organized? Call Travis at Classic Garage Solutions for his variety of organization packages. Turn your garage from a cluttered mess to a clean, organized space that'll be the envy of the neighborhood and something you can be proud of. You don't need to bring the same clutter from last year into the new year. Travis has storage options for cabinets, monkey bar shelving, or slat wall, and more. Call Classic Garage Solutions today at 402-730-1638.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And things have obviously been pretty challenging lately with new vehicles, with all the microchip and supply chain issues, but things continue to loosen up as Koppel gets more and more new vehicles in each and every week. We've had many customers also custom order their vehicles. So if you don't see what you want in our current inventory, we can put an order in to get exactly what you want. So go online, reserve your new vehicle at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your NTV First Alert weather forecast tonight: clear skies, mild overnight lows in the lower 30s. Mostly sunny, very nice on Tuesday, highs around 60. I'm NTV Chief Forecaster Kent Fountain for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Old School with VP and J.
I learned this about the difference between the college game and the NFL. Every play is designed offensively and defensively for one guy to make a mistake, whether it's being out of your gap, forgetting the blitz, forgetting a check on offense, forgetting the snap count. In college, it might be explosive play, 15 yards, whatever you deem as explosive play. The pros,
all of them are house.
All of them are. The guy will hit his head on the goalpost.
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, welcome to Big Chain Bar and Grill. Can I get you a drink? Which game were you hoping to see? Doesn't matter. I don't know what channel the game's on anyway. Are you ready to order? Okay, here's your check. Come back and see us again, okay?
What?
Hey, welcome back into Upside.
Slow down and enjoy the game at the Upside Bar and Lounge. Comfortable seating, plenty of screens, a great food and drink menu, and no one trying to shove you out the door. Come in, hang out, and take it all in at the Upside Bar and Lounge, open daily just east of 27th and Pine Lake.
Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Nicole Griffith.
Thanks for tuning in to the Ticket Weeknights. This is Nicole Griffith alongside Nick Carter and Malachi Coleman of Lincoln East and of Muchachos and of so many things. Well known in the Shields shoe aisle. Well known out and about. Amazing story. So quick recap. I can't do it justice, but Malachi Coleman, thank you for sticking around. Usually this is what I do to my guests. I bring them in and then I make them stay 2 segments. So I appreciate you sticking around. But Malachi has him and his sister have been through the foster care system. His dad died when he was young, and then his mom dropped you off at a friend's house, or someone you knew when you were younger, or someone you didn't know when
It was
you
a stranger.
a stranger's house, and then you never saw her again, and came to Lincoln, bounced around foster homes, and he's now 16 and he's adopted, and him and his sister are adopted, and he's crushing it in Lincoln and has his own, it's called the Giver Burrito at Muchachos. So he's not a Husker or he's not like a college athlete, but he has a deal with Muchachos.
Yeah.
And you also have a deal with Triple B.
Yeah, we came out with some clothes too.
So is it Kai?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that how you say it?
All my close friends, they all call me Kai.
Okay.
It started with my parents, because everybody in my family got a short name. Like my older brother Ian, he's just E.
He's E or Ian?
Nah, we just call him E.
E. You have to shorten Ian.
That's awesome. We're not there yet though. We can't call Malachi Kai yet.
I can. We're friends.
You can. Yeah, you can. We're still getting used to it.
We're working on it with everybody else.
Yeah, then my little sister's just Vay, but her full name's Neve.
Mm-hmm. And so Triple B has some hoodies and is it t-shirts?
Yep.
With Kai on it. So looks awesome. If you want to go support Malachi and then or Kai, and then the Muchachos burrito is expected to be around for a year, right? Like or that's the deal right now. And then I remember when I was there on Saturday and I heard one of the in the back of the kitchen, they're like, we need more mac. So Nick had to go to the store and get more mac and bring it in because so the burrito, explain the burrito again, what's on it?
So hatch mac, so mac and cheese, and 2 types of meat. So there's 3 choices of the meat. You can have brisket, pork, or chicken. We actually ended up selling out of all the meats. It was crazy because we went to like 160 pounds of brisket, 150 pounds of pork. Like it was just crazy.
It's a good problem to have. That's a good problem to have.
And then proceeds from those orders go back to the foster care system that you are familiar with, which is just amazing that you're already giving back. But moving over into your sports history, we have to. This is sports radio. Got to talk about it a little bit. So I think it's funny, maybe not funny to you, but you went to a Friday Night Lights Husker camp, and you said no one knew who you were.
Yeah.
Walk us through. So that night, in the summer, there's these camps, and then there's these football camps, and then but we never know who's there. Like the recruiters will know, or the beat people will know if like someone's coming in, or we'll spot them as we know. But Kevin Suits had taken video of you and tweeted it and was like, can anyone tell me who this person is? Because you were doing so well, but no one knew who you were. Walk us through that process of being at that camp and kind of getting discovered on the football radar.
Yeah, so we walked in, there was a lot of people there. We just started out with some testing, so vertical jump. I think we did some like measurements too and stuff, and then we did the 40 also. But when I did my 40, I did it through the first time. They're like,
and this was your first 40 ever.
Yeah, I ain't never run a 40 before. They're like, who are you? Come over here. I'm like,
what'd you run?
Yeah, I ran a 4.4.
4.4. Yep.
Yeah.
His first 40 ever,
4.4.
and he ran a 4.4.
That's
unreal.
And then they're like, okay, well, we're going to introduce you to some more coaches. They had some more coaches come over. They talked to me a little bit. They didn't even know I went to East. So,
like you're a Lincoln kid.
Yeah.
Like you're like, no, I'm in your backyard.
Yeah. Like I live just down the street.
Like literally not even in your backyard.
Yeah.
We are standing on the porch.
Yeah, and then they had me skip the line, go again, call some more coaches over, and then they had me do one more time after that. And then when we went out to the actual field, because it was on the indoor, we went out to the actual field and they introduced me and Benny Nagoye to Scott Frost because Benny was a little bit more known because he got a little bit of time on varsity last year, and you already knew it was going to be a big-time prospect. I mean, big frame, got hands and stuff. So they introduced us to Scott Frost. We talked a little bit, and they invited us to back for an unofficial visit a couple weeks later, and that's when I kind of got on the radar.
And now you have, you didn't play organized sports until about 10 years old. You have 9+ offers from Nebraska, Kansas State. Walk us through, or who are all the offers that you're getting? Where have you gone on visits? How has the college process been going so far?
All right, so I visited Nebraska, Iowa State, Kansas State, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan State. Ooh, I think that's it. Yeah.
And there was one weekend in there where you hit a couple of them in a couple days, right? It was like Nebraska, Michigan State.
All in one weekend.
We'll talk about that, like hopping from place to place.
How do you even keep it straight?
Yeah.
You're like, wait.
It was crazy because we actually had to leave the Nebraska versus Iowa game at halftime to get on our flight. But it was looking good before we left. I'm like, okay.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I'm like, hey.
I forgot about that.
Man, we might have this one in the bag. And then my parents pulled it up, live stream as we were getting on the flight. I'm like, that's not. He just threw a pick. Like,
that's not good. That's not good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Then flew out. I actually got family out in Detroit, so we stayed with them. We went to the Michigan game the next day. It was freezing cold, but there was snow on the ground, all that stuff. But it was an amazing game. And then Michigan State was playing Penn State also, so we left the Michigan game a little early to go see the Michigan State game, meet those coaches too. We were freezing at that point, so we kind of just met the coaches a little bit, and then we just kind of left.
Sounds good.
Yeah, like, hey, nice to meet you. It's good to see you. Yeah, no.
that Michigan game was the game. It was against Ohio State, right?
Yeah, game day was there.
That's wild.
But we got there a little early so we could walk around and see the campus a little bit. But we walked through game day. Everything was packed. Everybody was going crazy. We were walking on the field for pregame warm-ups. Got the entire student section. Come here. Like, you guys got to come here. This is the school. You could tell just by the energy of that game. You knew from the start it was over before it even started.
Really?
Oh yeah. You could feel it. You already knew.
Jeez, that's crazy.
I ain't never had an atmosphere like that before.
Oh, really? Then like Michigan, the big house?
Yeah.
Is that your coolest stadium that you've seen?
Yeah.
Full, obviously?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Where you we talked a little bit in the commercial break where and you don't have to give away like too much, but on 24/7 Sports, the college list, it has Nebraska warm, and then it has all the other offers cool. Where do you feel
he's like
where do you and it says it has no lead experts on the crystal ball prediction, so where are you in the decision process? You play football, you play basketball, you're going to do track this season. Do you try to think about it a lot? Do you try to not let it consume you so much?
At moments it can be overwhelming, but mostly I just I'm only going to do this once. So I'm going to sit back and I'm going to enjoy this while I can, because a lot of people wish they're in my shoes. So I know what I work for, and I know what I'm working for, so I'm going to sit back and enjoy it while I can.
What schools are standing out? I guess, do you like Nebraska?
Yes, I do. Mickey Joseph especially.
I was going to talk about that. I mean, how cool is that a coach didn't just drive by and like say they got there, right? And he came in and he talked to you. Just talk about what about Mickey Joseph stood out to you?
He's extremely personable. He's a funny guy, and he shot me straight. He's like, no one's gonna recruit you harder than me. I'm basically gonna be another parent figure for you. I'm gonna help you day to day. Whatever you need, you call me. I'm there for you. And that's the type of person that I need in my life when I go to college, because I'm gonna need somebody that can be behind me when I need it.
We were talking during the break. You and I were kind of talking about offense, defense. I mean, you said that schools have told you differently. What's Nebraska told you, since that's where our listeners are fans of?
It depends on how I grow.
Yeah. You're not done growing, man. No. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, so you're 180, 6'5", 180, and you think you're gonna get to about 6'8".
Yeah, probably.
Like about 6'8".
Yeah, just around there.
We'll probably get around there, and then we'll see what the weight do, because I mean it's hard to put on weight when you're growing 4 or 5 inches a year.
Do you like to lift?
Oh yeah.
How much do you eat?
Well, tell us what's your blood type?
Yeah, no. How much do you eat? Because like,
yeah,
do you go to the dentist?
I don't find it tough to put on weight. So you know,
my mama, she says that I single-handedly support Sam's Club. So.
Love it. No, I'm just messing.
Well, I cannot believe you just said that.
It's not hard for me to put on weight, so I'm just saying I'm not growing, but he is. So I'm not questioning him at all. I'm just saying it's not hard for me to put on weight. So
okay, do you prefer? Is there a side of the ball that you prefer?
Whatever way I can get on the field, I don't really care, to be honest. I'll be up a receiver, I'll go get that ball, I'll go score, or defense, I'll get to the quarterback, tackles for losses, whatever you need, I'll be it for you.
But they're just so different. So like, breaking news. But what mentality do you kind of lean towards more if you had to pick one? Would you rather get a tackle for loss, or would you rather get a touchdown? Is that a bad way to measure them?
I don't think so.
A strip sack?
Yeah, I've had my two idols are a little weird. I mean, at least complete opposites. I mean, offensive side of the ball, Calvin Johnson, 100%. Like, big dude, go up over 4 people at once, like score touchdowns like that. Like, I want to be like that. Then defensive side of the ball, like Myles Garrett, just absolute wrecking ball on everybody. Like, I also want to be that too, but I know I can't
get you on the line.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna have to eat a couple more burritos. So.
Yeah, no, we're gonna eat a lot of burritos if we're gonna be on the line.
That's awesome.
Do you think, circling back to Mickey Joseph, when he said no one's gonna recruit you harder than him, do you feel in the short amount of time he's been here that's true right now?
Absolutely. Yes. He's made it a top priority to get to know me and my family.
Is he just texting you like, actually, I don't know the rules. Maybe I shouldn't ask, but because his best story, I tweeted it one time when we had our Meet the Coaches Day, but he said his best recruiting story is Jamar Chase. And he heard that, I don't remember who was in town. Auburn was in town, and he called Jamar Chase and wouldn't let him hang up. And they were on the phone for 5 hours so that Auburn couldn't come over. And so it just makes me wonder, is Mickey Joseph calling you for 5 hours a night every night so no one else can talk to you?
No, I'll talk with Nebraska on the phone once a week. It'll be either Mickey or Barrett Ruud, but sometimes it'll become a lot with all the coaches that are trying to get on the phone with me. So sometimes it'll be I'm just gonna I'll text the coaches. I'll be like, I'm just not gonna do anything this week. I'm just gonna kind of keep to myself a little bit, because at times it can be overwhelming, but otherwise, yeah.
That's cool. That's a good option.
Yeah, that's smart.
Just be like, I have a burrito deal right now. I am busy.
Yeah.
Malachi, any pregame rituals that you do? Are you superstitious?
Not really. I mean, I like music. I love music, but
who do you listen to?
21 Savage, best rapper hands down.
Ooh.
No questions asked.
All right. All right. I'm not going to ask questions.
No follow-up questions. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask. Noah Walters. Yeah, he was your QB this year. How excited are you for him to go to North Alabama? And how do you think that he'll be able to? What does he bring when he hits the field?
He brings a mindset that when I step on this field, nobody's going to be better than me. The fact that Ryan Hill is the OC down there, it's going to be a perfect fit for him. And you're about to watch a lot of programs regret not getting him, because Noah's a quarterback that is special. And he's going to show it come fall.
What was the dynamic like having him as your high school quarterback? Being able to, we just can go to any East football game that you guys had, and I can find highlights. Yeah. And the Noah reel we have is 5 minutes long. What makes him so special? And obviously you won't have him next year, but I'm excited for him moving on.
Well, I didn't actually get a chance to have him as my quarterback until this year, but we've always been in the same organizations and programs. When I started playing football, I was on rookie. He was that 1 6th grade quarterback that was quarterback in the 8th grade team, because he's just that good. He's that guy. He's incredibly smart. Like, I remember we played Southeast. We got first play on offense. He told me that they're going to leave you single side and no one's going to be over with the safety. They're going to screw up. You're going to run a deep post and you're going to score. First thing that happened, touchdown. And I ran over to him like, you called it. I was like, I know, I called it. Like,
I know. I told you we were going to do that.
Walt was just that guy. Like, he's incredibly smart. He's got the arm strength to get it anywhere he wants. And when he needs it, he's got the legs too. Like, he's everything that I need.
He also had a nosebleed when I was interviewing him one time after a game. And I was just like, your
Really?
nose is bleeding right now. It wasn't super bad, but
I think he actually broke his nose, but
it was the first game of the year.
Yeah.
It was the Pius East game, I think.
There was a lot of helmets that came off that game, but
yeah. You guys beat Pius.
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
But not Friday.
Oh, Nick!
I'm sorry, man.
Nick, man!
Hey, that was a nice one.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Oh my gosh, he's never gonna come on again.
Good. No.
Just wait till next football season. That's all.
You're right.
Oh wait.
Oh wait. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Pius went to B. Pius went to Class B.
You act like I don't know that.
No, I'm just telling the listeners. I'm telling the listeners why. That's why.
Aurora also dropped.
Yeah, Hastings was told to drop.
And they said no.
Said no, so now they're banned from state tournament play. I know, right?
That's
what I was like, what? So, oh man.
Well, it's Malachi Coleman of East, of Muchachos, of you plan to it's February now, but you plan to maybe make an announcement of where you're going and signing in the early signing period, right?
Yes.
And then but you're not leaving.
You won't leave. You won't be early enrollee.
Because
I got some state records to break in track, man.
You heard it here. He's going to be breaking some records in state track. So thank you for joining us. Anything left on the text line before we go to break?
Yeah, there's one that I want to point out. The Wagners in Kansas City, your cousins, say they are proud of you and 100% behind you.
Hey, that's the type of family that I got.
Yeah.
Always listening all over.
That's awesome.
Shout out the Wagners in Kansas City. Well, thank you for sticking with us. I know I said 20-30 minutes, and it's been 45.
That's okay.
So that's Malachi Coleman. Go to Muchachos, get his Giver Burrito, Hatch Mac with 2 types of meats because he needs double meat. Everyone got to love the double protein. And then also he has a clothing line at Triple B. So that's Malachi Coleman, and we are going to take a break, round out the show next with some super riveting NFL Super Bowl talk.
Let's do it. Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com or visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray difference.
These days, there are more reasons than ever to treat yourself to a great haircut at Gray Clips with the online check-in app. So tell us, why do you check in?
I check in because I'm tired of hat hair. I check in because we all need a cut.
I check in so I can feel like me.
And I check in so I look good for you.
No matter why you check in, you'll check out with a great haircut and save time with our online check-in app. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
You spend more time in your garage than outdoors in the wintertime. Isn't it time to get it organized? Call Travis at Classic Garage Solutions for his variety of organization packages. Turn your garage from a cluttered mess to a clean, organized space that'll be the envy of the neighborhood and something you can be proud of. You don't need to bring the same clutter from last year into the new year. Travis has storage options for cabinets, monkey bar shelving, or slat wall, and more. Call Classic Garage Solutions today at 402-730-1638.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Here's to days spent roaming, and to sleeping beneath the stars, to casting another line and letting time float by. From Shadron State Park to Indian Cave State Park and every recreation area, historical, and state park in between. Here's to your adventures, your memories. Here's to 100 years of your Nebraska State Parks. Plan your next trip today at nebraskaparks100.org. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And things have obviously been pretty challenging lately with new vehicles, with all the microchip and supply chain issues, but things continue to loosen up as Koppel gets more and more new vehicles in each and every week. We've had many customers also custom order their vehicles. So if you don't see what you want in our current inventory, we can put an order in to get exactly what you want. So go online, reserve your new vehicle at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
You hear that? That's the sound of extremely tender and delicious beef from certified Piedmontese. Prime grade tenderness with a fraction of the fat and calories of normal beef. It's Nebraska-raised product and the official beef of Nebraska Athletics. Change the way you buy beef today at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, just north of 84th and Havelock, or at cpmercado.com. $93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your NTV First Alert weather forecast tonight: clear skies, mild overnight lows in the lower 30s. Mostly sunny, very nice on Tuesday, highs around 60. I'm NTV Chief Forecaster Kent Boughton for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Nicole Griffith.
All good things must come to an end.
This has been a really good one.
I'm going to start saying that.
This has been a heck of a
The
show.
The show must come to an end. No, the show's not ending. It is ending for February 7th, 2022. I just got a message. Nicole, I missed the Malachi interview. Is there a place I can listen to it? Yes, Katie. It will be clipped and downloaded as a podcast. My show is always uploaded on podcasts, also on the website or on YouTube. The whole show is just streamed, so you can just go straight to YouTube, 93.7 The Ticket, and then to just like rewind.
Yeah. Just go to the second hour
and get my numbers up, which is awesome. So thanks if you missed it, Malachi Coleman. He's awesome. Awesome is such a
what a dude.
Not such a boring adjective for great guy.
He is ridiculous. Like his maturity level for being 16 years, like he's way more mature than I am. Like, he's insane.
It's unreal. It's wild.
And he runs a 4.440. His first 40 ever, he ran a 4.4.
And he can't put on weight.
Like you can.
I can't. That caught you so off guard. That was fantastic. That was fantastic.
Nick's just like, I have no problem putting on weight. Just from the tightrope, dead.
Here I am. But
so
it worked out well.
So yes, if you want to go back and listen to any shows that we have, if you miss any interviews, they will be on either on YouTube and then download, and you can get them off Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. I did get the Rebecca Pearson, DP's wife. Shout out Rebecca, she's amazing, or Becky, however you call her. She's great. She sent me a snapshot of my downloads.
Yeah, off theticketfm.com.
Whew. I am popular among Android users.
That's it.
No,
That's
am
good.
the most popular.
I knew the answer.
Okay,
Already. Yeah,
I am more popular among Android listeners than I am iPhone users.
iOS, I guess it would be.
So interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know very many people with Android.
I don't know either. I feel like Androids are outdated.
Okay, well, rude.
I know that's rude to your listeners. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is my show, and
You're
I'm
right, it
popular
is.
among Android listeners.
Yes, we love Androids.
So,
did you ever get a BlackBerry? Did you ever have a BlackBerry or go through that phase where you're like, whoa, I really want a BlackBerry because everybody has a
no,
BlackBerry?
I think I was younger than that. My older brother had a BlackBerry.
Mhm.
I wanted, I had the Envy Touch,
Okay.
and the Voyager.
I had the slide.
That's what I had too.
Yeah, the little slide.
My dad had a Razor, and it was like red.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was so cool that it was colored. I remember he had a Razor. I wasn't in the chocolate group. How are we remembering these names? The chocolate, the swipe up, that's like kind of touched. It was like,
when did you get your phone? Like your first one?
I got my first phone in 8th grade, and then I got it taken away from a teacher. This is where my family's tough.
Uh-oh.
My parents are tough. I got it taken away by a teacher in between passing periods, and they took it back to Verizon.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Seems harsh.
Oh, your parents took it back to Verizon.
Yes, not
I was
the
like,
teacher.
bro, your teacher with the extra mile there.
The teacher is like, knows my parents, and then they're like, we took Nicole's phone, and then so I don't know. I don't remember if I had to go get it from the teacher or if my parents, but I never saw it again.
So I started with a basic phone.
And then I got it again my sophomore year of high school.
I was gonna say, so I started with a basic phone, and then I wasn't going to get a smartphone until like high school, and then until high school, and then I got a smartphone only in 8th grade because I wanted to take pictures because my class was going flying in a plane over Lincoln. And
you couldn't have just gotten a camera?
No, it's not the same. So
he had to use that to convince his parents to get the smartphone.
So I got the smartphone in 8th grade solely so that I could take pictures up there. That's literally it.
Wow, that's very convincing of your parents. What was your first phone?
It was just like a slide phone, like Nick said. I mean, same thing. I got it in like 7th grade, and then got a smartphone, I think, summer after 8th grade.
Do you remember your first ringtone? Because I do.
No, but I had a ring back tone.
What's that?
Like when you call me and what the song you listen to.
My grandma had one of those.
Please listen to this music while your party is reached, and it was the Backstreet Boys.
Really? My first ringtone was Pompeii by Bastille.
I love how he asks questions so he can give his answer.
I think mine was Hotline Bling.
I was being genuine. I was asking.
No, you're like, do you remember yours? Because mine was Pompeii.
Well, I just didn't know if I was the only one in that boat. That's where I'm coming from, Nicole.
Thank you. So we were going to talk about the NFL and the Super Bowl and the Pro Bowl in the next 2 minutes that we have. I will not be watching the Super Bowl, not really by my choice. I scheduled a flight out of California. I'm going to a bachelorette party this weekend, and I scheduled a flight out at 3:00 on Sunday afternoon, and I won't get in until I fly into Omaha, so I will be in the sky for it's not direct. So maybe I'll watch some of the game in the airport.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll find some people, go to an airport bar.
You said it's not direct, so where's your layover?
I don't know.
Oh, see, I would like that's
Let me pull it up.
surprising for like of people, like it's not a bad thing, I should say. Like
that I plan this.
Well, it's like no, it's not even that. Like that you don't know. Like you're just carefree in a good way. Like
well, no, I don't know exactly. It's an hour and a half layover in Denver.
So because like I've been on a plane once and I went to Europe, and it was the only time I've flown, and I flew by myself, and I went to Europe, and I was like
You went to Europe by yourself?
Yes.
What about your flyover
for 2.5 weeks? Okay, so that's right.
What did you say?
I was in a private plane. That's right, Carter. But my first time ever.
You went to Europe by yourself?
Yeah, it was part of like the school thing. There was like 14 of us.
That makes no sense.
But my parents were not there. My parents were not there. Like it was just me.
But you went with your classmates.
Yeah, like 12 of them, and then there were 2 teachers that came.
Yeah. So I thought you went to Europe.
No, why would I go by myself?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Oh no! But I'm saying like I flew by myself.
I don't care if your parents were there or not. I was assuming you were talking about it being adult. You went like I'm going to Palm Springs.
Your parents aren't going though.
No.
Yeah, well, all I'm saying is like my first time ever flying I was flying by myself. I didn't know. It's not like I was going with my best friends. Like I barely knew the classmates, but still, like that's not the point. Like my whole thing was like I knew exactly where the layover was, both times. Like,
well, I mean, I did too. I just didn't know it
Atlanta-
off my brain.
yeah, exactly. I know. Like, I'm not criticizing.
Yeah, you literally said, "Why do people not know this?"
You did say that.
All right, we're done here.
So the Pro Bowl was great, huh?
No, it was not. Now I'm heated.
Well, you got 60 seconds to tell us about the Pro Bowl.
It was stupid. It was stupid. Two-hand touch football. It's dumb. Make it a flag football game. It's dumb. Like, two-hand touch. Then Alvin Kamara got arrested. That was bad.
After the game.
After the game. Yeah, not during the game. After the game, that was not good.
They just walk out and there's the
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, hey, we saw what you did. You did not play two-hand touch. You actually tackled a guy. We're done.
That's so bad.
But no, it's real talk. That was, I mean, he got arrested at like 5 p.m. Vegas time, and that's not good. From a club or whatever. And
from the night before.
It was the night before?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Saturday
it was
night.
Not,
yeah.
Yikes.
It
and
was,
then, yeah, he played two-hand touch. So it's just.
That's been the Ticket Weeknights with Nicole Griffith. What a riveting show. Best part of it, the Starburst breakdown, not the...
We're going to have a minute left here. A minute out because we got to play it. We're going to have a minute out.
Yeah, here we go. The music's coming up. Go back and listen to Malachi Coleman's interview.
Yes.
That will be on anywhere you get your podcasts, anywhere you get your downloads, your shows.
Yeah. You can go Spotify. You can go any of those or just the ticketfm.com and click on the tab shows. Ticket Weeknights with Nicole Griffith, and it's bam, the 7 o'clock hours right there.
And we'll be here next Monday, which will be exciting because during the game it will be Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So not just, and then that Nebraska women's basketball is playing. They're hosting Indiana at 6 o'clock.
Big one.
So we will also have the post game show on after. That's next week. But tonight, up next is Up the Middle with Cam Schick and
Bryce Matthews
of Nebraska baseball. I was going to say men's baseball, but
they got like 13 days till they start.
Well, and it's super nice outside, so go outside and get some fresh air. Okay, goodbye.
Old School with DP and J.
And I learned this about the difference between the college game and the NFL. Every play is designed offensively and defensively